swing of things. And one of the things that I didn't get to last week was, what do we do about this? And one of the things that I say and have said for the last 5 years is, it's like a kid in a grocery store that wants an ice cream bar. And mom says no, and they pitch a fit until mom gives in. Those kids are now running government, academia, journalism, and all the rest of it. The kids are in control. And for the adults to take this back, it isn't going to be pretty. Because if you've ever seen a 4-year-old pitch a fit in a grocery store, that's nothing compared to what you're going to see when the adults try to take back control of this country. Liberalism is based on feeling good.
Yes. And I think what's important is, as we look at the Declaration of Independence, the Declaration of Independence is the why. The Constitution is the how. The Declaration is the promise. The Constitution is the fulfillment. You look at the Declaration of Independence, it's what individuals were willing to die for. The Constitution is what we're willing to live for. And so we've got to look at the Declaration of Independence as being the underpinning of our Constitution, and we can look at the philosophy of government. What is, so we're talking about purpose of government, it helps to understand the philosophy of government. It tells us in the second paragraph of the Declaration what the philosophy of government is. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Self-evident, not we hold these ideas to be self-evident, or these are mere suggestions, right? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they're endowed by who? Not by government. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and those rights are what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is the philosophy of our government. And yet we're moving away. Understand that if you eliminate the Declaration of Independence as the underpinning of our country and our Constitution, the Constitution becomes anything you want it to become. Anything you want it to become. You remove this idea that freedoms are inherent, you become South Africa. Remember the Constitution that Ruth Bader Ginsburg alluded to? Right? That's a Constitution that doesn't buy into the idea that our freedoms are inherent. It buys into the idea that only the individual can be liberated by government. So when you start talking about the purpose of government being for the government to take care of the people, you're eliminating the Declaration and what's found there. So it talks about philosophy of government in our Declaration. The very next sentence talks about the purpose of government, which is to secure the rights of the people. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. And number 3, it talks about the source of power, deriving these just powers from the consent of the governed. Right there, the answers are there for us. But we want to go onto these college campuses and have these sophisticated conversations about what this Constitution means. We don't need to go very far. Defend the foundation is what it ultimately comes down to.